Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Coffee Break and welcome back to the Coffee Cast. Tonight we will be seeing LiquidHero, our blue pro dust spawning here in the upper right hand corner here on MLG Tal'Dorei Malter versus none other than the Manor Bear, LiquidSheth, the red Zerg spawning in the lower left hand corner. I do not know where these replays are from. I do not know where most of my replays are from, to be quite honest, because I am pulling them off of a site called sc2replay.net. They are a great site. They give you a little rating system, let you know how good the games are. So I normally try to get you guys 4 to 5 star games. And we saw a very early pool. I believe that was a 7 pool coming out of LiquidSheth. So already we're going to be seeing a little bit of fun in the early game. Sheth wasting no time to bring us a little bit of action here on game 1. Once again, this is a best of 3 series. Now, I'd like to take a couple moments while we're waiting for that pool to finish to talk about LiquidHero. My goodness, did he come out of the darkness in the past couple of months. He's always been one of those players that people like Huck have said, you know, he's on the verge, he's almost there, he's just not quite there yet. And then suddenly, at MLG Providence especially, he exploded. He was just absolutely incredible by all means. Now we see real quickly a double extractor trick here that will allow Sheth to get 2 extra eggs worth of Zerglings out. And now the Overlord starts. So there will be 6 lings all the way to LiquidHero's base, and LiquidHero dropped a Forge first. I don't know if he has scouted this yet. He has now. We will definitely be seeing either a cannon go down at the front or a pylon go down in the mineral line to start making cannons there. It looks like we will be seeing the complete wall off in the front of LiquidHero's base, however. And he should be just fine if he can get a building up right here fairly quickly. He does have the resources for it. It looks like these Zerglings are going the wrong way first, so LiquidHero is going to be just fine in this engagement. LiquidSheth, maybe a little bit behind, but with larva injects and a couple of rounds of drones, he will be right back up in there. It's just that his early game will be a little bit behind. This cannon will definitely finish by the time these Zerglings get here. But will LiquidHero be able to get his wall up and down? These Zerglings are getting off the coast. That cannon has finished. If the Zerglings all kind of pounce in at once, he will be able to run by and get into Hero's probe line. And no, instead Sheth decides to turn back, and LiquidHero has held off the 7 pool. Easy peasy. We do have the larva injected in there now. And a probe up here, just being pesky, delaying this as long as he can, delaying Sheth's expansion. He is going to drop a pylon there, but it will not be able to do too much, as there are, once again, these 6 Zerglings on the field. So the Nexus a little bit ahead for LiquidHero, and that's pretty rare to have a Protoss expansion be ahead of the Zerg expansion. This probe, this is not a Huck sneaky probe. He will not live. The Zerglings on the attack order will scout him out down in moments. But once again, LiquidHero, just an absolutely incredible player, taking down the likes of Huck, I believe. I can't remember if he beat Huck at MLG Providence or in the NASL, but it was one of the two. He beat Huck, and beating Huck is no small feat. Huck, obviously one of the best players in the world even, and probably the best Protoss player as of now. So that's not something that you just want to let slip by. LiquidHero once again becoming a very powerful player, and a lot of people are looking out for him. We do see the probe transfer coming down to the natural LiquidHero. That is now done. The Zerglings are going to poke around, but they will not be able to get too far, as the Zealot is here to finish the wall off. Expansion almost finished for Sheth. Once again, a little bit behind, but that's not too big of a deal. As we do have the larva injects coming in, our first gas going down. Only one, so we might see some roaches. That is always a possibility off of 1 gas. Quite a few drones here. The LiquidSheth being able to drone quite hard. And what is this? Hero, you sly dog. You know that there cannot be any sort of big tech play coming, as those were super early Zerglings. So what do? You drop a Stargate, because the only thing that can counter that for a little bit are Queens and an Evolution Chamber which would allow Spore Crawlers. Now this Overlord actually not spotting it quite yet. I believe Hero knows this Overlord's here though, as he does have that Stargate rallied to that point. Warp Gate Tech almost finished. Zealot kind of coming up. Looks like he might be looking to pound away at those rocks. Indeed, he does. So LiquidHero looking to maybe start taking a third base early, and if not that, then just have the capability to quickly take a third base. And we do have a few Zealots down in LiquidSheth's expansion. Looking to do a little bit of damage with the Zerglings here, Queens here. They will not be able to do much. Those levels will be cleaned up without a problem. 2 Zealots for 2 Zerglings is definitely a good deal if you are a Zerg player. That is something you are happy to do, and it looks like this probe is going to get picked off too, as that Overlord was able to see it. This Overlord over here now does spot this Void Ray. No, nothing thrown down yet. No third queen yet. No, oh, there's the third queen, and there's the evolution table for the Spore Crawlers. That is definitely the standard follow-up, I would say, to a Void Ray. Now, we will be seeing a Phoenix out next, as well as ground weapons level 1. Now, one thing I would like to mention about Stargate play is it is great and all, and very, very nice versus Zerg. In fact, versus Zerg, it's the most popular. However, it makes your ground army a lot weaker. So, if LiquidSheth decides to do a really, really heavy Zergling Roach play, that could do a lot of damage to LiquidHero, as LiquidHero just wouldn't have the ground army to deal with it. And while, yes, Zerglings and Roaches cannot attack up, there could be so many in numbers that LiquidHero just couldn't be able to take them out in time. Now LiquidHero, being smart with his Void Ray, not just rushing straight over for LiquidSheth's base, but instead making sure he takes map control, looking for Overlords. This, folks, is how you want to do Stargate play. Beautiful execution by LiquidHero. I would like to point out the harvester count, 52 to 45 in favor of our Zerg player, which is exactly where you want to be as a Protoss. Now, this Void Ray coming in down the back, shooting down at that evolution chamber. Now, is there another one up? Yes, there is an evolution chamber already up. I do not believe any Spore Crawlers have been made. There are a couple queens there to take care of that. Zerglings now with metabolic boost running around. There were just 20 Zerglings on the way. So Sheth looks like he will be going for a lot of ground units in this matchup. And these two buildings there will be spotted by the Zerglings, as well as Zealot taking down the rock. And there will be nothing that LiquidHero can do about that until actually going to be able to hold that just fine. Going to lose that Zealot, and actually almost lost the cannon. That was a very close engagement. Meanwhile, down here we do have 4 Zealots on the field, going to start hacking away at that third half. In the meantime, in the main base, there are queens being taken down by Phoenixes. Now, really, the key number of Phoenixes is 6, because with that number of Phoenixes, you can pick up a queen and kill it without ever having to drop it. We do have 5 Phoenixes. That makes a Firebird on the field, as well as 1 Void Ray with some pretty hurt help. There is a cancel on the third base for LiquidSheth, and a lot of Zerglings streaking down. He's going to get the surround on these Zealots, and all the Zealots will survive. In the meantime, up at the natural, the Phoenixes and Void Rays coming back in, picking out the overload, and hoping to take down that evolution chamber. There is a Spore Crawler almost completed. These queens kind of in a bad position though. Oh boy, does manage to repel the attack for the moment. All the shields have regenerated. There's Cortez and that were on gas. It's just such an annoying maneuver by LiquidHero, and he is doing it very well. And now we do have the follow-up of the Templar Archive as well as Charge. That is a great follow-up. In the meantime, we have a lot of Zerglings streaming up here. Now it looks like the third base has not been going down quite yet for LiquidHero. The Zerglings are going to be able to get this round on that cannon, and the cannon will go down, but I don't think they'll be able to do too much to the main, the expansion here, as there are Zealots now, and 2 cents of full energy to defend. They will be able to throw down innumerable numbers of force fields. Where are these Zealots coming from? There's that forward pylon. 4 more Zealots coming in, checking to make sure there is no third base being taken for LiquidSheth once again. The Zerglings are being forced to retreat, and we do have Storm on the way. That is a very nice spell for all these Zerglings. Now, the Queens are in position to take out that Void Ray, but there is an Overlord farm here, and right now the Queens are focusing down all the Zealots. The Phoenixes are forced to fall back, though, as there are Spore Crawlers and Queens all over the Zerg base. Supply favors LiquidHero actually right now. 91 to, as I say that, a lot of things hatch. 91 to 95 now in favor of LiquidSheth. A Robo Bay being dropped as well. No third base, just now the third base just having a 4 on first up list. Charge is now finished. The Zealots are probably going to be cleaned up. It's going to be a fairly close battle, but looks like the Zerglings are going to be able to come out on top. there are the reinforcements from LiquidHero. He is going to be able to secure his third expansion, while LiquidSheth has yet to be able to secure it, as there is another cancel due to this Void Ray. This Void Ray is going to have to be evacuated from the Queen here, and it doesn't look like it's going to get away. It's going to be a little bit close off the creep. Queens are not very fast though, and it looks like that Void Ray is going to be just fine once again. Third base trying to be taken. We do have this nice little group of Phoenixes on the field, managing to keep LiquidSheth in the base, and this is why Stargate play is so potent. It forces the Hydralisks for the Zerg player. And now that our Protoss player has already transitioned into Archon and actually even has a Robo facility down, the LiquidHero can transition over to Colossi Tech, which is super powerful for his Hydralisk. He can do Archon, which is ridiculously good for his Hydralisk. He can do Storm. Do I need to keep repeating myself here? It's ridiculously good for his Hydralisk. And that's the point. Now, we do have Zerglings running up into the third base. However, the SimCity build, absolutely beautiful for LiquidHero. SimCity referring to how these buildings are placed. That is going to be just fine. We do have 5 Infestors on the field now. I do not know if they have fungal, pathogen glands researched yet. However, they are all ready to cast fungal growth. One does get picked up just to be annoying, and it looks like LiquidHero is going to deploy an army into the fleet, and a whoop now on the way for our Protoss player as well as grab level. It looks like we do have a little bit of engagement here. Very nice storm down on this army, and feedbacks go down as well on these infestors to stop them from retreating. However, it looks like LiquidHero is just having picking them up with the Phoenix instead. Sheth not feeling too happy right now. Oh, and there's the GG from LiquidSheth with the exclamation mark. Always so happy. It really is just such a joy to watch LiquidSheth play, because he is so well mannered. In this case, he just knew the army composition is too powerful from LiquidHero. There are the Templars to counter the Infestors, Templar also to counter the Zergling, and the Hydralisk coming up. The Phoenixes just enough to be able to hold LiquidSheth back in his base for a little bit. And there is even, once again, a Warp Prism on the way, which could act as that mobile pylon. I mean, LiquidHero just had everything going for him in that game. A very good game for LiquidHero. The 7 pool putting Sheth behind just a little bit in the early game, wasn't quite able to secure his third base, and that third base, once again, is really the deciding factor in this game.